Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in your earbuds, adjust your speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. Just to bring you up to speed, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next 3MB airs, or a piece of late breaking information the viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning and welcome to the December 4th, 2023 episode of Second Cup. Great to be with you. How are you this morning? I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. I am enjoying a cup of Cafe au lait creme brulee, which was very kindly sent to the channel by viewer Beth Jones. Thank you again, Beth. I got the bag right here. Can you hear that? This is a terrific, terrific coffee. Now, this is naturally and artificially flavored, but it's a medium-bodied coffee with sweet vanilla flavor and light caramel finish. It is 100% Arabica coffee, and it is terrific. This coffee comes from Heb, Cafe au lait by Heb, H-E-B, out of Texas. This is really a terrific, terrific coffee, but it is a flavored Arabica coffee, but it is absolutely terrific. Hang on, I'm gonna have another sip this morning with you. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. And the coffee mug I'm using this morning is my Ohio coffee mug that my niece Kelly gave me. This is the one that has the pine trees silhouetted against the state of Ohio in white, the outline of the state of Ohio in white, and with a star field all the way around the mug, kind of like a outdoors camping mug. And the reason why I mention this and the reason why I'm using this mug is we were supposed to see the Northern Lights this past week. And it was supposed to be a really, really nice display. But unfortunately, here in Ohio, Northeast Ohio, we sometimes get those cloudy weather spells, and it was snowy and rainy and cloudy and foggy and overcast. So there was no way we were going to see that beautiful, brilliant display of Northern Lights. Unlike Texas, where the lyric reads, "The stars at night are big and bright," deep in the heart of Texas. Yeah, and they would have, if we were in Texas and the Northern Lights had gone that far south, I'm sure we would have seen a beautiful, beautiful display. But up here in Ohio, not so much because of the gray overcast skies. But that's okay. That's all right. We're in that time of year, and I'm sure we'll have some clear skies in the weeks ahead, and perhaps another opportunity for the Northern Lights ahead. We will keep you posted on that. How you doing this morning? Talk with my brother Tom. Now, my brother Tom and his wife Lori own the Newfoundland dogs, Cinder and Piper. We talked about Cinder and Piper on this morning's Monday morning mailbag. Maybe you saw the pictures of them, and we wanted to give an update on Piper and how much she has grown, and she is getting bigger. So we had a visit this morning with Cinder, Rue, and Piper too. And I happened to tell my brother that, oh yeah, the pictures you sent are going to be in the Monday morning mailbag, and it's all set to go, and we got it all edited in. So thanks very much for sending along the pictures, because this all came about because of viewer James Sefton's question, hey, how are the dogs doing? How are Cinder and Rue and that sort of thing? And, that really kind of inspired me to call my brother Tom up and say, hey, send me some pictures of the dogs, some recent pictures of the dogs, and I'll let everyone know how Piper has grown. So we were talking, and I was telling him, yes, the pictures of the dogs Cinder Rue and Piper too, are in the Monday morning mailbag. And we were talking and chatting and got around to movies that are opening in theaters and that sort of thing. And I happened to mention that there's a movie out there about Napoleon. It's called Napoleon, starring Joaquin Phoenix. I have not seen it, so I have no idea what it's, how good it is or how bad it is, whatever. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying in passing that there is a movie out there about Napoleon. And my brother Tom said, oh, I wonder if they're going to have that scene in the movie where the Newfoundland dog saves Napoleon's life. And I laughed. I said, oh, that's really, really funny. And he said, no, Mark, that's true. I said, it is? He said, yes, it is. I never knew this. Did you know this? I never knew this. So I did a quick Google, and sure enough, Napoleon was saved by a Newfoundland dog. And I happened to grab this a little bit of information from the web. In 1815, Napoleon plotted his return, escaping from Elba on a ship. During the voyage back to France, rough seas knocked Napoleon into the sea. Luckily, a fisherman in a boat with his dog saw what had happened. The dog, a Newfoundland whose name has been lost to history, jumped into the water, paddled toward Napoleon, and kept the former French emperor afloat until help arrived. Napoleon eventually arrived in Paris in triumph, only to be defeated at the Battle of Waterloo some 100 days later. He was exiled once again to St. Helena, where he died in 1821. How about that? I never knew that a Newfoundland dog saved Napoleon's life. How about that? And I do wonder if that's going to be in the movie. If you've seen the movie Napoleon, let us know if that scene is in the movie. Really curious about that. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention to you. Just this morning, I happened to talk to my friend, Bunny Host. Now, Bunny Host and her late husband, Bill Host, created the comic panel, The Lockhorns. And Bunny has been doing The Lockhorns for about 55 years now with King Features. And John Reiner is the artist who took over the illustration duties, the cartooning duties, when Bill had passed away a number of years ago. And they have gone forward as a team producing the Lockhorns comic panel. And as I say, the Lockhorns has been with King Features for 55 years. Now, was just talking to Bunny this morning, and she told me that the Lockhorns is now moving over to GoComics.com. So if you're interested in seeing the Lockhorns digitally, get over to GoComics.com starting on January 1st, 2024. So the Lockhorns, Bunny Host and John Reiner, now have a new digital distributor in Go Comics. Now, if you're not familiar with Go Comics, a little bit of information from their website. Go Comics from Andrews McMeel Universal is home to many of the most popular comics and cartoons in the world. GoComics.com is the web's largest catalog of syndicated newspaper strips, political cartoons, and webcomics, offering free new content every day. So we will link GoComics.com below so you can check them out. And if you want to read the Lockhorns every day, you'll be able to read them at GoComics.com starting on January 1st, 2024. So congratulations to Bunny Host, John Reiner, and the Lockhorns on making a move to a new syndicator and digital content provider. Really, really great to hear. God bless you, Bunny. That's absolutely wonderful, wonderful news. So that kind of gets everything caught up and up to date, so to speak. Again, great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Let's pay a few bills, and then we'll get the show underway. Well, I'm going to give you a bit of a preview of what we'll be talking about in the weeks ahead on the Monday morning mailbag. I received an absolutely wonderful email from a viewer from South Africa. The viewer's name is Edward de Villiers, and I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Edward. Edward de Villiers. It's spelled E-D-O-U-A-R-D, then lowercase d-e, then V-I-L-L-I-E-R-S. Edward de Villiers. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Anyhow, he wrote, "Hello, Mark. I'm a South African viewer of your channel, and I've noticed that you've reviewed some of Master Soap Creations soaps in the past. Yes, we reviewed Master Soap Creations shave soaps because they were provided to the channel by the Wet Shaving Store. And that's how we were able to acquire those. And they were really terrific shaving soaps. So my thanks again to the Wet Shaving Store for sending those along. Anyhow, Edward continues here. There's another excellent soap maker in Pretoria, Bundabeard. Now that's spelled Bundubeard, and we will link them in the description below. There's another excellent soap maker in Pretoria, Bundabeard, who makes great tallow-based soaps with unique scents that aren't based on brand name products. I'd like to send some for you to try. Would you be interested? Regards, Edward de Villiers. And I said, absolutely. I would absolutely love to try some of this shave soap. And he very, very kindly sent along a care package, and it just arrived. And my gosh, this shave soap is wonderful. Again, we are going to link Bundabeard below. So if you're listening to the podcast, you're getting a bit of a preview of this shave soap that has been sent to the channel that we will be reviewing. Absolutely splendid. The one that really caught my attention, well, there are a few that caught my attention right off the bat, but the one I want to talk about, the ones I want to talk about are right here. Got them in my hand right here. Here is, it's pronounced Camille's Beards Kick. Camille's Beards, no, actually, that's not how it's pronounced. It's Camille's Perts Kick. That's, well, let me go over to Google Translate and let me see if I can get them to pronounce it for you. I'm just going to go ahead and here like this. Like this. Okay, we'll do it like this. It's okay. Here, ready? Here's the pronunciation.
Camilleperts.
It means giraffe. All right. So Camilleperts Kick. All right, or giraffe's kick. And this is fantastic. When you open it up, there is the soap is in the pattern of the spotting of the giraffe. It's really, really terrific. I've got to show this to you on Monday Morning Mailbag, and it's absolutely wonderful. And there's a beautiful peppermint scent there. It's absolutely fantastic. There's another one here called Rolling Rooibos, Rooibos. I think I got that correct. Rolling Rooibos. And this has a sweet organic scent to it. It is really, really wonderful. I like that one a lot. Here's another one. Now, I cannot pronounce this. I'm going to go ahead and go into Google Translate once more and give you the pronunciation. It looks like it's a lemon. It looks like Lemondide in de la Veld. I don't think I pronounced that right, but here, I'll let Google Translate give you the pronunciation of this.
Lemoentide in die lae veld.
Lemoentide in de la Veld, which means orange thyme in the lowlands. And it is a beautiful, beautiful orange citrus scent. Oh, that is absolutely marvelous. And again, it's another tallow-based soap. Looking forward to that. Here's one called Honeybush. This one is marvelous. This has a beautiful honey organic kind of scent. This is absolutely terrific, splendid. And here's one that I can definitely pronounce. It's called Shark Dive. This is terrific. This has a beautiful, fresh, masculine, outdoors, ocean kind of scent. Really, really terrific. And Edward very, very kindly also sent along the balm, the Shark Dive balm with this. Now, the balm has some ingredients listed here on the back, and these are all ingredients obtained and based in South Africa, which makes this really a purely South African product. And of course, there's no alcohol contained in here, which is why it was able to be shipped. We've talked about that in the past. But you got Hoeveld grass-fed tallow, shea butter from Ghana, cold-pressed virgin coconut oil from Maz, beeswax and propolis from, looks like, I cannot pronounce this at all, Gauteng, and cold-pressed virgin olive oil from the fairest Cape, essential oils and fragrance oils. Everything comes from South Africa, and it looks absolutely wonderful. And I'm looking forward to reviewing this. This is probably going to be the first one I'm going to review, Shark Dive, because of the inclusion of the balm. But the balm is rather universal as well, though. Let me just get another. Yeah, the balm has a nice universal type of scent that'll go with any of the shave soaps that I've discussed here. So my thanks to Edward de Villiers for very, very kindly sending along a wonderful selection of shave soaps from Bundabeard in South Africa. We will definitely link them below. You have got to get up there and check them out. We are going to be talking about these shave soaps in the weeks ahead on the Monday morning mailbag to show you the selection of soaps that was sent along. Absolutely wonderful. I am just so excited to talk about this artisan soap maker out of South Africa, Bundabeard. Again, we will link them below so you can get a look at it. And I absolutely love these scents. This Orange Time in the Lowlands, I cannot pronounce Lemondide de Lavelde, I think I've mangled it. I'm so sorry. That is absolutely wonderful. And Giraffe's Kick, actually the Afrikaans name is Kammeelperd. Kammeelperds Kick, I believe is how it's pronounced, is absolutely fantastic. And of course, Shark Dive, they're all wonderful. So we will be talking about these shave soaps in upcoming Monday morning mail bags, plural, because I want to showcase these so that viewers will get a good look at a really, really wonderful, wonderful artisan soap maker out of South Africa. So my thanks again to Edward de Villiers for very, very generously sending along these wonderful, wonderful tallow-based soaps from Bundabeard. Thank you very, very much. We'll have the link below. Well, now that the holiday season is in full swing, many of us will be going over the river and through the woods to visit family and friends, and that might also involve air travel. A viewer named Gary sent along a routine for a head shave, and I happened to look at the items involved, and these appear to be ones that you can throw into a DOP kit, throw into your carry-on, and have no problem getting it through TSA. So I just want to share this with you. If you are so inclined to use this routine with these items, and again, it looks like they will travel very, very well, very, very safely. And are permitted in your DOP kit, in your carry-on, if that's all you're taking for that weekend getaway to visit family and friends during the holiday season. And Gary writes, "Hi, Mr. Zarate. Not certain if I said this or not, but a method of practice for or advice for a good head shave seems to be, at least for me, this: a Bic 1 disposable razor, Pear's transparent soap for a bowl lather, and depending on amount of growth to shave, 2 passes and some residual moisture refining or retouch pass. The Bic 1 is a single blade razor. Less clogging seems to happen and is more easily removed from the razor head. And although this lather may be less lubricating between skin and blade, also is maybe less lubricating between hair and blade, so I'm guessing this helps the cutting edge work better on the hair and stubbly parts. I am unsure what to say on the amount of soap. I am mostly guessing I myself have been using between 1/8 and 3/16 of a teaspoon's worth of Pear's soap. The usual feel after the shave seems to be skin excitement, something less than light irritation, maybe including a different razor for refining stubbly bits after the second pass at times. I lost count, but am fairly sure one can get more than 6 shaves on a Bic 1 this way. Post-shave razor care can help. And again, that comes from Gary. Gary, thanks very, very much. And I think what he's referring to here is the Pear's transparent glycerin soap. Develops a lighter lather, not a deep, thick, cushioning lather. We talked about Pear's glycerin soap on the Monday morning mailbag before. I can't remember if I've reviewed this on camera or not. But as I recall, it is a lighter lather, has a little more slickness than it does cushion. And again, this is something you can throw into your Dop kit and fly away with very, very easily. It's just soap. I would assume that you'd have to make sure that the amount of soap that you're using falls within TSA guidelines. I mean, maybe take half a bar instead of a full bar, something like that. And the Bic 1 disposable razor, disposable razors are allowed in your carry-on bag. So the Bic 1 disposable razor certainly qualifies, and it is a single blade, a single edge disposable razor. So it'll give you a nice feel of a shave, very, very similar to a DE single-bladed razor. So that's a good thing. And it seems to do a very, very good job for Gary here. And again, with the Pears transparent soap, because it is I would assume a thinner, slicker lather. The Bic 1 disposable razor isn't clogging as much, so it's rinsing very, very cleanly. So it seems to be a rather good recipe, routine for a head shave or even a face shave, especially if you're traveling, flying away for the weekend during the holiday season, and you have limited space in your Dop kit and your carry-on. You could throw a little bit of Pears soap in there with the Bic 1 disposable razor, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to take a travel scuttle like the Phoenix Shaving Travel Scuttle, that'll work very, very well as well. And as Gary says, he scrapes off a little bit and puts it into his shaving bowl and is able to develop a lather that way. I'm also thinking that if you want to leave the travel scuttle at home, you could probably just wet the bar of the Pears glycerin bar soap and just work your brush on there to do a nice brush load, and then do a face lather or a head lather that way. That would work as well. Now that you've mentioned this, Gary, I'm going to dig out the Pears soap that I have and perhaps do an on-camera review of it. I thought I did. I was going through my archives. Can't seem to find it. Folks, if you know where that video is, if you've seen my online video review of the Pears Glycerin soap, a shave I've done with that, please get me the link, because I did a search. I can't seem to find it. Maybe I have it in my archive someplace, and it still needs to be edited and kind of got lost between the cracks, or maybe I just forgot to do it and need to do it. So I'm going to definitely dig out the Pears glycerin bar soap and build a lather with it and have a shave. So Gary, thanks very, very much for sending this along. Really do appreciate it. There you go, folks. There's a recipe and a routine for a nice head shave or even a face shave with a couple of items that you can throw into your Dop kit, into your carry-on bag, and fly away for the weekend. And you'll get a fairly good shave with it. A Bic 1 disposable razor and Pears transparent soap. Gary, thanks very, very much for sending this along. Really do appreciate it. Well, viewer Greg P. very, very kindly sent along a shave soap from the Sudsy Soapery, and he wrote, "Mark, I'm a man of my word, and as such, I have ordered you my favorite tallow scent from the Sudsy Soapery, Altitude Fougere." Now, it did arrive just the other day, and we will be showing this on an upcoming Monday morning mailbag. It arrived just after I was wrapping up this morning's Monday morning mailbag, but I wanted to give you a preview of this morning, and a big, big thank you to Greg P. for very, very kindly sending this along. Here's what Greg wrote, and it captures it absolutely perfectly. He says, "This is a wonderful scent that smells like the coastal rainforests of the Pacific Northwest. Please note, to add some sweetness, they added almond along with fir, cedar, oak moss, and fern. When you open it, the smell of marzipan will be up front, but I promise you, the other notes will emerge and you won't be disappointed. Their plain tallow base is amazing, and you will be shocked at how fast it lathers. Your mileage may vary, but in my experience, it doesn't take much of a brush load to explode lather. I hope you enjoy it. and I wish you a wonderful holiday season. Thank you for continuing to make excellent content for us shavers to watch and enjoy. Greg, thank you very, very much. This is an absolutely outstanding scent, folks. It really, really is. I was going to read the product page to you, but Greg's description captured this all the better. He's absolutely correct. This does capture the scent of the coastal rainforests of the Pacific Northwest, or what I would imagine them to be like. Absolutely beautiful. There is a freshness, an openness, an expanse that captures that wooded forest environment. Oh, it is absolutely amazing. It really, really is very, very good. And I do get a little bit of that almond sweetness, but the fir, cedar, oak moss, and fern are all very, very well blended together. One note does not overtake another. It is all blended together so very, very well. Now, I have reviewed Sudsy Soapery shave soaps, but I have used their triple buttered formulas, and I have not ever used just their plain tallow base. So I am really, really looking forward to using this one. As I recall, I don't believe I've used their plain tallow base. So I'm really, really looking forward to trying this one. Altitude. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful scent. And we will get a review done on this. Absolutely. We're going to show it to you on the Monday Morning Mailbag. But if you are a regular listener to the podcast, I wanted to give you a preview of this because I was so taken by the beautiful, beautiful scent. And having used Sudsy Soapery shave soaps in the past, their other bases, I can attest to how wonderful they are. And I am really, really looking forward to building a lather with this. Now, again, he says, Greg says it doesn't take much of a brush load to explode the lather. You know what? I'm going to load away. I'm taking Mark Bagwell's advice. I'm just going to load away. And I know it's going to make heaps and heaps and heaps of lather because, why not? I know probably a few swirls and you'll get a boom lather, but I am going to err on the side of being very, very generous with the brush load. And so very much looking forward to using Altitude from the Sudsy Soapery. My thanks to viewer Greg P. for very, very kindly sending this along. Greg, thank you so very, very much. Folks, we will have a link to this one and to the Sudsy Soapery in the description below. Check it out. Thanks again, Greg. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and your entire family. Again, really, really do appreciate you sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Thanks again, Greg. Now, before I get out of here, I want to recommend a movie to you. In keeping with the holiday season and our theme of A Christmas Carol, we've talked about the original book by Charles Dickens. We also talked about the musical version, Scrooge, starring Albert Finney from 1970, 1971, something like that. Well, there is another version out there that is absolutely marvelous. It's from 2009. It's from Disney. It stars Jim Carrey, and it's Disney's A Christmas Carol. And it is absolutely wonderful. It's directed by Robert Zemeckis, and they utilize the motion capture technology to create this animated version of A Christmas Carol. And the detail and the graphics and the effects are just absolutely amazing. They put you into this environment, a 3D animated environment that is just absolutely splendid. They transport you back to that period of England, and Jim Carrey's character looks so much like a Scrooge you would envision. Again, there's no makeup involved. This is all animated graphics. What the actors do is they go through all the motions and the action of the character reciting their lines, and somehow through some sort of 3D photographic technology, they're able to capture that performance and then translate it into an animated character on screen. It's absolutely amazing. This was a very, very accurate retelling of Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Very well done. There is a little bit of exposition at the end where they added some sequences that are not in the book, and I understand the reason why they did that, and it fits in just fine. Just know that if you're a fan of the book, you'll have a little bit of that content towards the end of the movie. It works fine, but it definitely is one of my holiday favorites, and I'm definitely going to boot it up again this holiday season. Jim Carrey does a wonderful job as Ebenezer Scrooge. And again, the detail and the animation are just absolutely wonderful. When you watch this movie, make sure you see it on as large a home theater screen as possible, because it really, really is very, very well done, very, very engaging, and it follows the book a little more closely than some other versions. So check it out, Disney's A Christmas Carol from 2009, starring Jim Carrey. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that second cup.